Hi, my name is Gabriella Baldo. I'm a student athlete here at USCB, where we are making an exciting move to NCAA Division II. I'm here with
Deontay, and I'm a freshman.
Deontay, he's a freshman. Do you have any questions for our AD?
I just want to know where the basketball team is going to practice. Is there going to be a new stadium built, or
Where's it going to be?
Or is it still going to use the rec center?
Yeah. To you, Quinn.
Thank you, Gabby. Deontay, that's a really good question. Keep in mind, we won't have basketball, actually, players on our campus for another year. But where are we going to play and where are we going to practice is an excellent question. We don't quite know the answer to that yet, although we have a couple options. We obviously, we could play here in our rec center. We certainly could practice here in the rec center. We just have to do a little bit of work, a little retrofitting, if you will, to the recreation center. We can bring in bleachers, we can bring in goals. This building actually was built with a future of intercollegiate basketball in mind as an option. And that's one of our options, and we have 2 or 3 options that I'd be happy to share with you. But this building was built where our side walls were actually built to be blown out. So we could add locker rooms, we could add more offices, which we will need, and officials' locker rooms. So we could blow those out. And we've actually had an architect look at our building and do a drawing that we can seat 1,000, maybe even 1,100 inside the rec center. Think about that. How amazing of an environment would our rec center be filled with 1,000 frenzied Sandshark fans? It would be amazing. Talk about home court advantage. It would be a fun place to play, and that place it would get rocking real quick. And I fully anticipate on our first game, if we play our first game in this facility, we will pack that building out, and it will be wild. So that's certainly an option. There are plenty of other courts in town. The city of Hardeeville actually just built a rec center very much like ours, that they are very open to us practicing and playing in their rec center. That could be an option. Ideally, though, if I had all my dreams come true, it would be to play in a convocation center here on our campus. We are looking at a funding model to build an arena on our campus, a convocation center on our campus that would serve the needs of our counties, Jasper and Beaufort County, as well as our campus. And in that would be about a 3,500 seat arena. That would also have several classrooms, faculty offices, some learning labs, some space academically, but it would also be the home for Sandshark basketball. Now, that is, we're a ways from making that happen, but we are pursuing a funding model through both the county and the state to make that happen. Now, keep in mind, even if we got that money today, we probably wouldn't break ground for another 3 years. That's just how long it would take. So we would have to look at all alternatives before that happens. And I very much like the idea of playing here in our rec center and filling that house with 1,000 rabid fans for a year or 2 before we move to a convocation center here on campus. The real home, the Shark Tank, if you will, for USCB basketball, men's and women's. Deontay, thanks again for that question. That's a great question that I'm excited about, and hopefully you are too, because there are really cool, great days ahead for USCB as a Division II Peach Belt member and an institution that has now men's and women's basketball.